Imagine you're a lesbian, and when you finally confess your feelings to your childhood crush, she gets impaled by some random metal that fell out the sky for no reason at all. This might sound like a very harsh introduction, but despite that, and the fact that the main characters may seem like they're wielding modern military death weapons, this is also one of the cutest and most comforting manga series there is. The premise of this manga, Love Bullet: those who die in this world unloved get reincarnated as a cupid, kind of like a god whose goal is to gain enough karma points by finding compatible partners for people and making them fall in love with each other. This is already a grade A premise, but there are many tiny factors that make this appealing to everyone out there, all shape and sizes. For one, it's a Yuri. Hey, settle down. I know you're excited. Don't worry, guys. And the most appealing part, you may have already caught by now, is the very unique and cute art style. It looks even better in color. Look at this. It does a good job in balancing cute manga with cute cupids, helping cute girls fall in cute love, and basically modern warfare battle manga at the same time. Going back to the premise, basically our main character is this girl with short hair. I didn't even bother looking up her name for the script of this video. She's main character. I'm not saying it once. I'm not backing down. She starts off as a normal high schooler who's already playing the role as Cupid as a mortal, but she has a friend who's kind of jealous because she wants to see her more, and in one of the sweetest scenes ever, she finally confesses that she loves her. But God decides this is a perfect time to drop metal with his Gary's Mod Fizz gun directly above her and brutally kills the main character before she can even answer to the girl. Nevertheless, a whole 5 years later, for some reason, I don't know why 5 years, she gets reincarnated as a Cupid. You would think after a 5-year coma, with your most recent memory being dying right in front of your childhood best friend confessing their feelings to you, the last thing you would want to do immediately, without a moment to breathe, is be assigned as a Cupid and find your confessor a whole new partner to love. I do get that making this character forever unable to move on from her past crush would be a torturous existence for her, but with the karma points being introduced where if you get enough you can come back as a human, which I don't know how that would work if you've been dead for 5 years, but whatever. I would have loved the main character's entire motive throughout this whole story being trying to collect as many karma points as fast as possible so she could finally reunite with her lesbian lover. But instead, this Cupid shows up, her whole personality is just being chill, and she thinks it's a favor to force her to find a new compatible partner for this now grown woman. Actually, now that I think about it, she died at 15 and stayed 15 5 years later. So when she gets enough karma and revives back to the real world, if her age doesn't scale up and she stays 15, then maybe this love reunion could be more problematic than I previously thought. Before we move on, I think I should mention the main Cupid characters. Our main character is probably the best because she's the most realistic about the situation going on, being anxious but also very nice. This one, like I said, is chill, and that's pretty chill. The third Cupid is this girl who's basically like a savage animal. She doesn't care about anything but getting into fights with their realistic pistols, grenades, and ARs. For those wondering, they're basically just like Cupid's bow and arrow, but reskinned as a realistic gun. So they don't actually kill you, but make you blindly in love for a few minutes. But what if they were real? The last Cupid we know the least so far at the time of this video, with her only showing up in chapter 0. We seem to be learning more about her in the most recent chapters. She seems to be a strong authority figure. I don't really know, the most interesting part about her so far is her heart glasses. Part of the reason I love this series so much is how it heavily uses the motif of love. Technically that's all of romance manga, but This series, they got hearts on everything. And hearts are like the coolest symbol ever. I heart hearts. Back to the story, which I don't want to spoil too much of, so you read the series for yourself, which is very important of you to do, because after the author of the series released volume 1, it was struggling with sales, but the global Yuri nation decided to rise up and completely sell out all of volume 1. And now we're even set to get an official English release in November 2025. Trust me, this is an ethically sourced, homegrown, non-weekly deadline manga. So I would like for my fellow Yuri Nation, that I am now official member of, as of now, to make Girls Love great again, so that Love Bullet can get an anime made by the same studio who made that Scott Pilgrim and Don Da Don. They seem like a good candidate. I don't know. So I recommend, if you like this series, buy the English release. So when this series becomes mainstream in 5 years, I can be viewed as a pioneer. I'm just kidding, guys. I can be humble sometimes. Anyways, even though I wanted these lesbian lovers to reunite at the end, I can completely forget about all of that due to how peak this next scene is. Our main character finds out that the confessor lady has still not fallen out of love with her, even after she died 5 years ago. But Cupid Girl has found a new perfect compatible partner for her. So to symbolize our main character and the confessor having to let go of these lingering feelings that have been here for the past 5 years, to symbolize the main character having to let go of her jealousy and let the confessor be free once again to love anew, their romantic bond having to sadly be killed off. Cupid Girl shoots her straight through the cranium, absolutely lobotomized. Now making our masked lesbian confessor fall in love with this femme lesbian bitch. Sorry. And this panel is absolutely Shakespearean. 100 years from now, high school kids aren't going to be reading Hamlet for English class. They're going to be reading Yuri. And we'll have flying cars and eternal bliss by then because of it. And then the panel of our main character saying goodbye as human to Cupid. Oh my god. That alone is enough to make a testosterone-filled man such as myself, tear up a little bit. But then she starts crying while eating cake. I gotta keep my composure looking at this panel, because that's enough to bring a man to a full-on weep. Absolutely peak Kino, I tell you. And it doesn't seem like the story is slowing down at all in volume 2, with such a great premise being about trying to conjoin crushes and relationships together. That basically means it's the best part of any romance manga, but easily digestible over and over again with each new arc, which might sound like junk food, but it's good. This is good food. This is premium steak. It's in a good way. And the newest arc is about softening up a tough guy, and it's more Shakespearean character writing. It's Kino. So all in all, Love Bullet is definitely a must read. One of the sweetest and most comforting series I've ever dipped my toes in, while also giving way to great battle manga fights and emotional moments. With all that said, I'm probably going to buy the English release in November to rep my love. And shout out to Love Bullet. Shout out to Hearts, and shout out to Yuri.
Dance with me, darling, you won't fall from falling. Dance with me, darling, you won't fall from falling. Dance with me, darling, you won't fall from falling. When you fall from falling, I will be there to catch you.